Hey guys, it's Emma Vigling with TYT Politics. Two elephants in the room. Yes, I am in my family home. That's why you see the infamous daybed behind me. I know people like to make fun of that. But yeah, there you go. This is the guest room. Kind of little office here that I use. So, and also I did get glasses. So there you go. Enjoy those things. Got that out of the way. Comment away. Talk about it all you want. But let's talk about Senator Dianne Feinstein, because I think that's the issue at hand, huh? So she has decided that she's going to run for re-election. She announced on her unofficial Twitter account, or it's not verified, so there was some confusion. Is this a parody account? Is this a real account? But apparently, her office has confirmed, Yashar of the Huffington Post has confirmed, and The Hill has written an article about it. So her office has confirmed that she is running for re-election in 2018. Senator Dianne Feinstein, California senator, very, very respected in the Democratic establishment, progressives, not so much. Yes, she is 84 years old, so people were unsure of whether or not she would just retire or if she would run for re-election. She is 84 right now, so she, I believe, would be 86 at the time, or no, I'm sorry, it's 20 year, my math. She'd be a year older, 85 at the time, of her re-election in 2018. So, again, we're not ageist here. We love Senator Bernie Sanders. I would love for him to run in 2020, but it's a reality that sometimes people just want to wind down, and that's not the case anymore. So she's running for re-election, and she tweeted from that account, "I am running for re-election to the Senate, lots more to do, ending gun violence, combating climate change, access to healthcare, I am all in." I will get to the substance of that in a second. Asked on Sunday if she would run, she declined to answer, telling NBC's Meet the Press that she was close to a decision. "You are going to find out about that very shortly," Feinstein said, but she appeared to hint that she was preparing an announcement to seek re-election. Asked about the poll that half of California voters don't think she should run, she added, "Oh, look, there are polls and then there are polls," which literally makes no sense and is gobbledygook, but okay. "I've got things to fight for. I'm in a position where I can be effective, and hopefully that means something to California." A Public Policy Institute of California survey released last month found that roughly half of voters believe Feinstein should seek another term. Jordan and I reported that on that at the time. You can check that out. We had a lot of commentary on it, but when half the people in your state say you shouldn't run again, and it's the bluest state in the country, arguably, most populous state in the country, extremely important electorally to have progressive senators from California, I don't know how you can't be disheartened unless you have a ton of money backing you, which Senator Feinstein obviously does. But look, it's a new era, and we have a really aggressive base, a base that really cares about the issues and not just about name recognition. And California is certainly at the forefront of that. She should not take her re-election for granted. She could have a progressive challenger, and I'll get to that in a little bit. So I wouldn't get too cozy, Senator Dianne Feinstein. I also think that her re-election is a great opportunity for progressives to show their strength and primary her. We are a movement that is very vocal. I consider myself a part of said movement, and I think that this could be a great way to have a concrete win, even though, as I will get to, she does have a ton of money behind her. But let's go back to that tweet where she said, "There's lots more to do. Ending gun violence, combating climate change, access to healthcare." Recently, she has said and done things directly contrary to at least two of those goals. In an interview on Sunday, just this Sunday on Face the Nation, Senator Feinstein was asked the question, could there have been any law passed that would have stopped the shooter in Las Vegas, the terrorist in Las Vegas? The host, Josh Dickerson, asked the senator. "No. He passed background checks registering for handguns and other weapons on multiple occasions," Feinstein replied. Feinstein's remark comes as Republicans have started to express interest in a conversation about regulations for bump stock devices, which were found in the hotel room of the suspected gunman. But, okay, Las Vegas shooter had 47 guns. 23 in his hotel room, 24 at his home. That regulation could have stopped that. When someone in America has 47 guns and has purchased them illegally, through gun hole loopholes, which we need to close, whatever, we need to have some sort of notification come up. You can't just have 47 guns. That clearly shows that you have some tendencies. I'm sorry. Based on what we've experienced, we have to have some common sense gun legislation. We have regulations on everything else. So I think her comment was a little incoherent. She may be saying that only the certain regulations would not have affected or have curtailed this violence, but she could have proposed solutions. Instead, she just said nothing could have happened. Because she's just stuck in the old ways. She's a part of the old guard. And that's what's so frustrating about Senator Dianne Feinstein. Again, 3% of Americans own 50%, half of America's 265 million guns. There can be some regulations to curtail that. Absolutely. He didn't need 47 guns. We can have some sort of system that monitors when certain people have tens of guns, let alone semi-automatic weapons that they have turned into automatic weapons. Then, of course, she infamously denounced single payer. So she talks about how she wants to increase access to healthcare. Access to healthcare. It is Republican talking point 101 that they have internalized. Access to, I have access to a yacht. In New York City, I see them all the time down, on the Hudson. I have access to it. I could walk right onto it. I could buy one. Shoot, I don't have like $3 million to spend on a yacht. That's what access means. That's a Republican Paul Ryan talking point 101. And we have Dianne Feinstein saying this out loud, internalizing it. That's what these corporate centrist Democrats do. They internalize right-wing talking points and steer themselves towards them. Her top donors are, as you can imagine, PG&E Corp, Edison International, Walt Disney Corporation, which, by the way, owns ESPN and ABC, so it'd be interesting to do an investigation into whether or not ABC News has done critical coverage of Senator Dianne Feinstein. Time Warner, CNN, then her fourth largest donor, University of California, Wells Fargo, Gallo Winery. Hey, she's from California. Everyone loves wine. I love wine. I'm okay with that in the scheme of this horrific campaign finance system. And Northrop Grumman also has donated to her. That's troubling and goes with the fact that she is a war hawk and is in the vein of Democrats that love war and love dropping bombs and love belligerence and any way that they can get their hands on more bloodshed in the Middle East. They're all for it. So my question is, why does she even want to run? She is, again, 84 years old. I'm not being ageist. Run as long as you want to. But your husband, his firm, is about to make $1 billion on the sale of these postal office buildings, which Jordan and I reported on earlier, which is problematic because, again, Senator Feinstein's in the federal government. Don't you want to just cozy up and retire? California is a nice place to live. Just hang out. The crux of the party, the energy of the party has left you behind. What energizes you anymore except for power? That's really it. I mean, there's nothing she wants to push for. She wants to keep things as they are. Access to healthcare, meaning don't change Obamacare, don't push for single payer, don't push for Medicare for all. Just keep things as they are, okay? That's why do you want to be in the Senate, to just keep things as they are? Again, there's nothing we can do on guns. No laws would have stopped him. Okay, like, why would that have energized you to run for re-election? Just, like, hang out. Have a glass of lemonade on your porch in the lovely California weather. Go to the beach. Hang out with your family. I don't understand. If you just want to keep things as they are, then don't try to be a senator. That's why I hate centrism. I like it better than conservatism, but I hate centrism. What's the point in keeping things as the status quo when the world's on fire? I don't get it. So she's gonna run for re-election, but that power's addicting. And I think that the California progressive base had better buckle up and buckle down, because the entire establishment's going to be behind Senator Feinstein. David Hildebrand is a Democratic socialist running against Senator Feinstein. He is the first I know of the progressives that are backing Feinstein. From a strategic standpoint, I think there should be one progressive that everyone unifies behind. But we will have to see how this plays out. Half of California voters want her gone. There's no reason she shouldn't be beatable in a primary. And if any Democrat deserves to be primaried, besides obviously Manchin and Heidi Heitkamp, etc., it is Senator Feinstein. She is an extremely conservative Democrat in the most progressive state in America, arguably. I know Vermont's a great place. So let's go get them. Have a good day, guys.